But yes, we got some new command things that'll pop up, and I forgot to check the. Okay, there's a walking too. Okay, but yeah, so if someone follows that now has a pop-up, which is nice. Anyway, I believe I got everyone except for one social link event available. Yeah, Junpei. Everyone else. Yeah, so everything's available. So let's get started. We got a lot of cards to find and stuff. You were invited. Wait a minute. Oh. I first read that like it said you were invited into Igus's womb, but I was about to be like, wait a minute, this isn't Igus's womb. Wait, what?
Thank you for the invitation, Yukari-san.
Also, sorry if that was a little bright. I just realized I had my camera thing still on, actually. I didn't have the right culling on.
It's good to kick back and hang out every now and then. Make yourselves at home.
But you said they were all sold. I'm just making fun. Nah, I didn't have anywhere to stay, so...
So this is Yukari-san's room. As I expected, it is different from mine.
See, the main problem is since you weren't going to be staying anywhere, and you were going to probably be the main means of getting around, and now you weren't going to be there, so I wouldn't have that main means to get around, so I was just kind of like, well, it's just kind of all screwed then. But anyway. So now, Yukatan's room you get to see several times in Persona 3 a lot. It's messy.
You think so? All I did was put up a bunch of stuff I liked. Oh, should I make some tea? Since I've got company, I can use the good stuff I got from Mitsuru-senpai.
I will assist you, or I would, but this is a dream, Yukari-san.
Oh, that's right. Old habit, sorry. So now what? Suddenly there's nothing to do. Huh? No, nothing to see here. And stop staring. I mean it.
So why'd you invite me into the room if you didn't want me to look around it?
Still, I am curious about what you keep here in your room. Bags, shoes, cosmetics. My room does not contain any of these items.
Yeah, those things are really starting to pile up.
Admirable as always, Yukari-san. I think you are the definition of the word stylish. But why are you so interested in it? Are you trying to get someone's attention?
If I had to say, I think it's because it's so much fun. I love cute things, and as for clothes, I just wear what I like. Dressing all cute kind of changes my mood. It helps me see the world differently.
The world. How intriguing.
Well, I may have been exaggerating a bit. But don't you feel like a different person when you switch outfits when you're dancing? That's what I mean. It's the easiest way to change who I am.
I believe I understand.
It can be pretty hard on my wallet, though. But there are bargains, too. Finding those is its own kind of fun. Hey, do you want to come with me next time, Igus? We can find something cute for you.
Really? Are there clothes that would look cute on me?
Yeah, when you go to those big things, like, I can bet all that Persona stuff will be a long line, so... That's why it's fun to try and take pictures of some people while you're waiting. It's also a good idea to have a DS or a GBA or something like that.
Looks like our leader wants to join us. He may actually have a better idea than anyone. All right then, you're coming with us. Someone's got to carry all the bags, right?
I see. That is reassuring. Now we can shop at maximum capacity.
You had a DS? No power cord. Oh, that's not good. See, a good idea also with more modern handhelds is you can get those little USB battery packs, fully charge them, and then you can just plug in anything through a UBS to it to get a charge.
Then it's settled. We should start thinking about items to put together for your outfit.
Oh, yeah, you definitely probably would want a power battery pack for something like that. I heard the Switch dies pretty fast.
Let's all go to Fuka's room and discuss.
Also, cons are great if you do those little mini games on the 3DS. Like, all those puzzle pieces are gone or from conventions, basically. There's probably less than a 0.25% that had anything to do with non-conventions.
Understood.
You have 2 packs? Well, that's good then, because those are useful, like I said. Yeah, especially if you are planning on staying the entire event or something like that. If you're just staying short time, that's different. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of companies that make different cables. There might be one. And left all alone. So what's Yukari's death closet? She'll never speak to you again if you open it. That looks like a pretty bad boombox, to be honest. Never really considered Yukari much of a makeup person, but seems you're academic so high enough. Well, odd place for an alarm clock, though. Oh, it means I was there. I usually listen to stuff when I go to bed. I started with music, and then I started listening to like podcast type stuff when I go to sleep. That's usually where I get a lot of my podcast type things, and then I try to find whatever like the last thing I would call healing. So several podcast people get several views off of me because of that. I don't think you'd probably have to look the part. I mean, isn't this supposed to be more of an emotional type thing? You know, where the weird perverts in the crowd be like, oh yes. Only one day. I don't know if that's a reference to something. Okay, so a card. Where would be a card? We don't really look at these, do we? Those don't look fancy to me. secretly a really good shopper. Yeah, assuming she didn't go to one of those, like, I don't know, to be fair, the clothing industry might be different in Japan. That's actually an interesting idea, actually, because, I mean, I'm sure I don't have to tell anyone here that the clothing industry is pretty much one of the biggest cons in retail. You have 2 packs, coolio. Pretty blurry textures. Maybe you should get out of the room. Yeah, I'm not really... Oh, those Dan's outfits. I don't really know how the clothing industry is in Japan, if it has that same kind of tendency to lie about shit being on a sale. You know, that's what I find funny with people, like, I know Fallout 76 has been a giant dumpster fire, but that holiday sale thing where that Christmas stuff came out claiming they were on sale, I'm like, the clothing industry's only been doing that for, like, ever. I mean, yeah, it's scummy, but still.
Hey there. No real reason for inviting you here. I just wanted to chat a bit.
They were maid outfits. That last Social Link event unlocked it, well, finding the card unlocked the maid outfits.
So, how long do you think this dream will last? Honestly, I'm really enjoying myself here. So much so that I kinda don't want it to end. You too? Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. At first, I wasn't sure I could do this, but now I'm really into it. I think I've become a pretty good dancer, too. What do you think?
Hey man, how you doing today? Good morning. Yep, looks like 2 people up for the maid outfits. Too bad there ain't gonna be too much dancing here.
Yes, I knew it! I feel like my dance moves are close to what I envisioned them to be. It's crazy, though. Thinking in your head that you can do it enables you to pull it off.
Doing alright. Dan was talking about MagFest a little bit, and, see, I'm not alone. Dang those Twitch icons. I'm trying to look into a new way of capturing the chat room, too. I'm trying out Steam Labs. That's what makes the new follower alert, since PhantomBot does not do that. PhantomBot does the commands you do in Twitch, and Steamlabs does the follow Wade type things. But I am looking into a new thing, get with the WeStream chat thing, since I obviously haven't been using WeStream itself anyway.
Guess it's because this is a dream. If only reality worked the same way. You're right, I know. That's what we have to do. Even in reality, we have to see ourselves succeeding, then work to make it happen. And we know the importance of believing in ourselves better than anyone. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that. I hope I'm getting better at keeping up. Of course, there's still a long way to go. But I know that a day will come when we can all laugh and have fun together.
Ha ha ha. Now if Atlas doesn't see about it, Yukari-chan. It's a giant block with a background, and if you try to green wall it out, it messes up the text. It also messes up some of the emotes. Like, if you check out, like, really early streams I did, there's not a simple way of doing it. Don't confuse him.
Before, I would have been crying, scared of the unknown.
Now what's that supposed to mean, buddy? But, yeah, popping it out and either trying to get the background removed to make it more transparent than that is not super simple. Not with the actual Twitch chat window. So, Steamlabs has some window mode thing too, so I'm gonna look into seeing if that works the same way.
But it looks like I'm making some progress. I'm gonna keep at it so I can help everyone.
What does this look like? A game theory stream?
Oh no, I forgot I was supposed to practice with Fuka.
Aaron is not a mod. There are no mods unless you count my Phantom bot, which technically has to be modded to be able to actually do commands, but that's a bot, not an actual person. There are no mods. The reason I don't have mods is because, for one, being a mod is a responsibility I have to give someone and be responsible for the actions they do. And they would also have to be around constantly and basically do it for free. And I don't feel like that's a good thing, honestly. I mean, it's nice that some people do that for people, but I mean, that's kind of hard to do. That's not to say I won't step in. Obviously, I have powers. Okay, note card. Did anything in the environment change? Were these pillows here last time? I don't remember noticing those. Well, there's a card. Oh, we didn't look at the posters, actually. It just says the same thing on all of them. And nothing else looked different. But it's just, I don't want to put something like that on someone. At least not while I'm small, at least. It's not like the chat's out of control. I feel bad for whatever that guy's name. Like, if you ever been to a game theory stream, like, 500 words flash by the chat in like 10 seconds. It's literally unreadable. I don't even know why they have some... Well, actually, then again, they're probably, like, just reading each comment looking for anything they want to use. But, I mean, it's literally just unreadable, unchattable. It's just, like, wow. Well, let's see what we get. Why money? I bet he makes a lot of money. I mean, why else would he keep doing? We got a bunny headband. And we got the Goals Christmas costumes.
Hey, you looked good out there just now.
What do you mean? I just been hanging out in your womb.
No, you've reached a pretty high level. You might even be able to go pro. Do you want to be a celebrity or something?
No. I would imagine. I mean, he sells merchandise, does live streams. I mean, he's basically went to the point of shilling. I miss the older days when he actually covered interesting subjects instead of riding on the the coattails of topics and trends. Now that fight, like, way too many people watch him. But I mean, literally, when you go to the chat room, it's just uninteractable. Like, seriously. You can't chat with anyone or anything. I think it's reasons like that people call a lot of his audience
Wait,
kids.
Are you joking? You look so serious, I can't tell.
Because, I mean, like, when you look at a lot of the comments, and I'm not being, like, I watch Matt Pat videos. Some are still okay, and others, like the Persona one. Ugh. But, you know. But, yeah, he follows a lot of trends and stuff now. He doesn't really seem to do it much for fun so much. Has to be connected to trends, man. Trends!
But I can believe it. After all, we never would have gotten this far without you.
But yeah, I mean, when you look at, like, a lot of the stuff being said in the chat, like, it's just all kinds of spam. Just really quick spam stuff.
Okay, on a more serious note, I should really think about the future. Nothing major right now, though. Just stuff like, it'd be cool to do stuff I like for work. Oh, me? I've never thought about that.
What, I can't watch people's videos? That's a crime? Let's see, the last video I think I enjoyed of MatPat. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of some, but I mean, I've watched some of them. I haven't watched that Smash one. I looked at that Smash one and I just like, ooh, I smell clickbait cringe in that. And I'm like, I'll pass.
Well, I did have a lot of fun here. Maybe I could.
I don't know. I know on Twitch you can do a slow-mo, which makes chat go by slower and that. And it makes it where you can't type as many messages at one time. But I don't know if YouTube has options like that. I've never looked into that before. But yeah, good luck having a chat with anyone in his live streams, man. It's just impossible.
Ugh, I sound as naive as Junpei. Just forget it.
I know bots work on Twitch. I don't know about YouTube. I know Phantom Bot, which is the one that does the command stuff, does not work on YouTube. So I don't know if YouTube is as easy to do a bot thing like on Twitch.
Still, I think I've started to notice a new me from all this dancing. When I'm with you, I feel like a side of me I never knew existed comes out.
Okay. Yeah, Nightbot's very common bot on a lot of Twitch streams too.
I guess you bring out my potential. Or maybe I'm just being dramatic.
I was going to say, if the Social Link event somehow brings about Yukari being interested in acting, I was going to laugh.
This is a dream, right? Well, before we wake up and forget everything, I just wanted to say thanks.
Now, I wouldn't say he's that bad. I mean, yeah, he does follow SJW trends as well, but I wouldn't say he's that bad. There were definitely way worse people in that regard. But I would say he has dabbled in political statements in a bad way too.
So, thank you, leader. I'm glad to be a part of the team. Hey, once this is all over, I really want to have a party to celebrate.
I mean, I don't personally have a problem with MatPat. I mean, like I said, there's way more people who've literally lost their minds over stuff. I'm not aware of a rant about Trump. I know he took pot shots at him on Twitter before. Like, if I remember correctly, after the election, he said something like, "Oh, don't hate us, rest of the world. We still love you, even though we got Trump for president." I'm just like... It's like, so you're trying to say people who didn't vote Democrat will hate the rest of the world? Like, I know there's a lot of people like Japanese shit who didn't vote Democrat because, well, Democrats were fucking cracking down Japanese stuff. Still cracking down on Japanese stuff, so, just like, I'm not understanding the logic here at all.
A nice fancy one, with Mitsuru-senpai's financial assistance, maybe.
But I'm not aware of any rant. If there was some kind of rant he did, you can link that to me on Discord if you want. Yes. I do think that it's best, like, I don't think it's bad to say your opinion on something. I think it's bad when you do, what that one guy... what's his name? I didn't know anything about him until like the election, because he did that video where he was just essentially saying, "You're a stupid retard if you don't vote for my person." He was like an old looking guy. Kind of had a winkly face. I just I don't remember their name, sadly, though. But I don't know anything about them, but I remember there was a whole bunch of drama about them because they were just really pushing their... I think it's best to stay neutral, and you can give your opinion, but obviously you don't have to... Here's the thing I don't get, is like, why do you think treating people like shit's going to make people change their opinion? You cause them to double down. The only reason I would treat someone bad is if you're treating me bad, because I'm a very eye-to-eye person. If you can have a reasonable conversation with me, I can have a reasonable conversation back. And Angry Joe and called all his fans. Oh, really? Where did that happen? Was that on YouTube? I did not hear a single thing about that. Must have been on Twitter, because I literally did not hear anything about that.
Oh no, not again! I'm supposed to be practicing with Mitsuru-senpai right now!
I guess that's a way to look at it. I mean, I couldn't argue. There's probably some people that probably actually do it for that reason, possibly. I guess that's a fair point. There's some people who don't do it to actually have a conversation, but to feel superior. That probably can apply to some people. But I just, I don't get why...
Sorry, I gotta go.
I still don't get in a logistic reason. If you want what you're doing to win, you think you would have a reasonable conversation, not just act like a child, basically. I mean, my criticism with politics is everyone acts like children now. Like, I didn't like anyone, really. I had problems with everyone. I basically just chose who I thought was destroying the less stuff. Dancing through politics. But, yeah, I mean, I honestly don't really like any of them. They all have faults. I've never really been a political person in the end anyway. Just because I feel like people made it worse by... Oh, well, that was easy. Made it way worse by force-feeding into people, though. That's what I think people hate the most. Is where you're just trying to make one side good, one side evil, and forcibly tell your audience what they should do. And I think that's wrong. Because, I mean, I would think a normal person is obviously going to vote for what's going to benefit them and their loved ones and what they care about. not what some rando on the internet tells them. You, again, I emphasize, you would think a normal person would do that. So obviously, if one thing is hoarding the stuff you like, then you're not gonna vote for them. But, you know, these days you don't have so normal people. I mean, voting for someone based on their sex or their gender or something seems like you should be doing it on their policies. I mean, what if this was an alternate timeline and Adolf Hitler was a woman? Because that's getting to hypothetical things. But yeah, I'm really just not cheerleading outfits. Why doesn't that surprise me to be a link to Yukari-chan? Wait, older brother. What, you mean like on your badge it told you what your gender was? Ooh, please tell me somebody had a attack helicopter. Honestly, like, if I ever ran into a situation like that, I'd be like, you need to reframe to me as the Mad Overlord. That's my gender, Mad Overlord. Oh no, you can't tell me that we're gonna get in a situation where Ken's gonna think Junpei's the older brother. That kind of reminds me of that thing that happened at GameStop. Like, I have no problem if somebody wants to be a different gender, that's their business as far as I'm concerned. But if you're gonna be an asshole because somebody mistaked it, because I mean, if you or a guy with a giant beard and you want to identify as a woman and somebody says "soul" and you act like an asshole immediately without giving them, like, say like, hey, I'm actually a madam and that, and then let them say sorry or something, then I don't really have any sympathy in that regard, because when you get to that point, nobody's going to honestly know what the hell you identify as without going into it. So, they were stickers you could add to your badge. Oh, those. I thought that was from that Blennerfloss trivia game or something.
Whoa, it looks like a burglar's been through here.
They left all the posters, though.
Mitsuru-senpai said the exact same thing. Please don't call the cops.
Wait, what?
So what brought this on? Why are you cleaning your room now of all times?
That's kind of rude, to be honest, Dan. I mean, I get what you're saying, Dan. I mean, I get what you're saying, Dan, but I'm willing to be nice to someone if they're gonna be nice about it. I mean, everyone has their weird little things here and there, and that's just how I am. Like, if you're nice about it, I'm not unreasonable to try and be nice back about it. But the sad thing is, a lot of those people aren't nice. There are some nice, like, there's a trans guy who does a lot of Persona stuff. Cool bro, man. Cool bro. He's way into the type of stuff Bill likes, though. But, very nice person. I mean, I just don't get what's so hard about just being nice. I don't know.
Oh, well, you know, I just kind of felt like it was time.
Yeah, sure, Junpei. It was time. It was time to let the clowns out of the closet.
Sometimes a star needs a change of pace, and he wants to clean his room all of a sudden. Sorry. This would take forever if I had to do it by myself.
But is there any point in cleaning it up now? This is all a dream, right?
Damn, don't I feel stupid. Oh well. Oh man, I really screwed up, huh? Guess the cleanup will have to wait till later. Yep.
I don't know why these people keep forgetting they're in a dream. I just don't. How do you keep forgetting it's a dream? Like, I just realistically can't see real people just forgetting. Oh yeah, it's a dream. No, it's real. You know, all these stage places we've been at, killing people and shadows and things. Yeah, it's all a dream.
Huh? Then I'm going back to my room, okay?
What? No, then there'd be no point. I mean, you came all this way. How about some manga?
Yeah, as long as they're fine with breaking their back and paying for their own bills. I mean, that's their business, I guess. I mean, if they want to jump off the roof and break their back, that's their own business. You don't know you're dreaming when you're dreaming. You can control your dreams.
You ever read Fist of the Southpaw? Loser hero in a post-apocalyptic setting?
Oh, are you serious? Fist of the Southpaw. What was saying South? Fist of the North. South Star too close. What drugs am I on? I don't have drugs. I just drink water, have a little munchies, and eat too many noodles. Yep, too many noodles.
No, I haven't. I always thought reading manga was for kids.
Hey. Now, I just read a nifty article talking about how common it is to see adults reading manga in Japan. But then again, this was like the late 1990s in their time zone, so maybe it was a little different in Japan than now. Oh. Don't know. Maybe he just has that magic power.
But you're wrong. Reading manga's like getting an education for a guy. It's part of growing up.
It's like an education now. I don't know about that.
Maybe just for a bit then.
Nice. Read all you want. Actually, I've got every volume of this series, so you can just take it to your room.
Why is it that your room is a mess, but you have all your manga in one place? Is that what's going on? I see.
When I'm dreaming, I can think to myself, I bet this will all happen next, and it does, and I'm okay. I'm in a dream. After I realize it's a dream, I can make anything I want happen. Uh-huh.
So the reason you invited me here was to lend me that manga, right, Junpei-san?
Oh, what do you mean? It's just a crazy coincidence.
You don't have to pretend. I understand.
Like you're one to talk, Ken. That series is really good. I mean it. Would you have taken them if I just given them to you?
No, you're right. I probably would have just said I'm not interested, like I did earlier.
See? Why are you so difficult?
Junpei-san's older than me, but he's really easy to talk to.
Oh, it just depends. Sometimes I make weird things happen in my dreams, but I'm not like exactly like meta self-aware of it all the time. There's a few weird instances where I am, but there are other times where I'm not. I can have some really ass strange dreams, man. Yeah, I don't see the evidence. Where is this proof that you can do this?
That type of personality is popular with kids my age. Like an older brother figure. He's really considerate, too. Those traits may help you in your career, Junpei-san.
I'm getting advice from a grade schooler. How does this happen? Well, I don't mind helping people, so maybe I could do something related to teaching.
Junpei teaching? Oh, may the Lord save us all. I'm not aware of all the time, but as soon as I realize it, then it's playtime. Never dream about being on a game or something. Well, I have lots of weird dreams about games. I had a really bad one time where it was kind of like a Persona-like type setting where the fucking world was ending and shit. I woke up actually sweating. I was like, oh good lord. It was fucking really creepy.
Hey, Ken, if you make friends with underclassmen, look out for them, okay? Promise me, if you do that, the girls will love you.
But it wasn't like Persona 3, like with a towel and an experiment. Or it wasn't really like Persona 5. It was more like a weird... I don't know how to put it. Like some weird underground thing was happening and it was like causing like the destruction of the planet and people were like tapping into psychic powers and shit. It was weird. I remember the last surgery I had, I dreamed that I was the protagonist. What? I'm not even sure how that would work considering you're just a blank slate sprite.
It just happened this way. I mean, I only kinda planned it.
Alright, I'm gonna try to be more like you, Junpei-san.
I guess that's a fair point. It was more of a SMT game setting. I guess that's a fair point. Yeah, it was really weird. I think the last thing I would remember, like, the core of the world was, like, melting down, and it was, like, getting really hot and shit. I was just like, oh, good lord! Ugh. I hate when I have dreams like that. I always wake up being all sweaty, like, ugh.
There you go. You'll be on my level in no time.
I always have those in the summer, too. I don't usually have those, like, in the winter.
You can take the other manga, too. They're all street lights on the road to becoming a man.
Well, I haven't played that game yet. If I remember correctly, when I first bumped into you during Carter's stream, he was saying you were playing that on your YouTube channel, if I remember correctly, actually. Summer is evil, conformed.
Huh? I'm okay. Thanks. This is enough for now.
Some studies say your comfortability in your sleeping sometimes has an effect on what kind of dreams you have, so...
You sure? Alright, let me carry these to your room. You can chill here if you want. But no snooping around. Got it?
Quick, immediately snoop around. To the bed! Ooh, still playing it. Must be a pretty lengthy game. What is up with this goldfish? I know I'm not really like good with my clothes, but come on. At least I can tell my mom I'm not Junpei. It would be dangerous to open. What kind of stuff you got in your fridge? Nothing but junk food and soda. You know, I really think these are a little dumbed down compared to the Persona 5 rooms. I mean, I understand they were living in a school dorm at this time, but like 100 hours. I don't usually see Japanese RPGs last that long unless they're an SMT, Persona, Dragon Quest game. I always find it weird when I play a Japanese RPG that ain't one of those, and be like, man, that lasted really long. Yeah, I remember there's this guy I've been watching. We waited him one time. I think he's supposed to be playing some more today or tomorrow. Pretty nice guy. But he's currently just started Futaba's dungeon. And I remember when we waited him, yeah, you were talking a little in his chat too, if I remember correctly, Dan. Where was he again? He was at the bank. Yeah, he was in the bank dungeon. Nice guy. And I told him my game time was 204 hours, and he was just like dumbfounded. He's like, holy crap. I think right now he's at 94 hours, I believe he last said. What was his username? I think it was something with an E. I have to catch his nice one. He's a pretty cool guy to chat with. But I think it started with an E. I think we waited him about a week and a half ago on my break time. If he's playing Persona 5 again, I might wait him today. I've seen better stuff on DeviantArt. That one doesn't look bad. At least it doesn't look like the lines now all messed up. Like, not sure what the heck effect is going on this. Hey, look at the Rubik's Cube. Can't look at it. So what's he got? A Z box? You got game-wise here. Blight of Destiny. I believe these two were in Ryuji's room. Sonic Speed. You know, I kind of feel like there's a missed opportunity to have Atlas-related titles on this stuff. I feel like that's kind of a shame. Yes, that one day he had an LGBT hashtag. I noticed that too. He did not have that the last two streams, so I don't know if he was doing some event or something related to that. I do know a guy, he Wades, he's playing Wind Waker right now. He's also a very nice person, but he is a very clear left person. But he is exactly a more kind of person I'm talking about, where you can sit down and have a chat and not have to act like little wailing babies about anything. He was very nice in that. I mean, he definitely did lean and definitely did not like Trump at all. To be honest, I'm a little disappointed with Trump too. I mean, I'm not like, I'm walking through that. With the magic. Can I walk? Yeah, I can even walk, crouch through it. I mean, I'm not exactly happy about how a lot of things he did either. I mean, I don't think it's like the end of the world type stuff, like some people make it sound like. It's just the usual kind of, okay, well, we voted for him to vote for him or her to fix things in the country, and nothing's really getting done because the two-party system is being a mess, as it usually is. To me, it's just more of the same old, but he's a pretty nice guy, that. Put down his phone. Yes, that is something I can very strongly agree. He has a very big mouth on Twitter. Zero interest at looking what's underneath it. But yes, I can definitely agree. He would probably be better off not blabbing so much of his random thoughts on Twitter At least not without being a little more thoughtful about what he's putting in them. He is very symbolic. I'm assuming these are supposed to be emulating like Sean Jump. They're awfully thick, so. It's baseball bat. Surprising. Oh yeah, people just follow him to just shit on him. It's like, there was a guy who did a really interesting video about the strange cult-like following that follows Trump, so they can just immediately hear the very first thing he says and then start like a giant insane thing with it. I did not actually even notice that the last time I was over here looking at these mangas. Very strange. Oh, sorry to hear a storm's coming. We haven't had a storm here in a little while. But yeah, I mean, my disappointments with the president is just pretty much the same disappointments I've had with every president. Not getting anything really done. Mostly passing bills that just don't really do much. Threatening to shut down the government, you know, just the same usual crap that happens almost every time. A summer storm. Yeah. Don't get hit by lightning. Oh no, Argus isn't here. Quick! What are you?
Hey, you two. So what was it you wanted to ask me? Oh wait, is this one of those AMAs? Alright, ask away. But let's keep the personal questions to a minimum.
Was that even a thing in the late 90s? I mean, wasn't that something that started like on Reddit? Like, that's where I always hold that terminology from.
Very well. I will get straight to the point. Your dancing is excellent, Junpei-san. It is a lot of fun to watch.
Well, I wouldn't think that's why Obama was voted. Personally, I think Obama was voted in for the exact same reason Trump was voted in. And oh, believe me, when I ever make that comparison, I get shit from both sides, man. But I do think it's honestly the same thing. I mean, if you look back at Obama's campaign, he did a lot of the same things. You could debate Trump may have did it a little more extremely, but I mean, it was really the same topics. Bringing back jobs, getting America back in straight, getting illegal immigrants under control. I mean, I say that like all the time to my dad. It's like,
The crowd is always so enthusiastic, and I'm sure seeing you generates even more energy.
no. Just what I said. Obama did a lot of the same things in his campaign, wanting to get illegal immigrants under control, clean up the country, bring back jobs, do stuff like that. That's the exact same campaign thing Trump did. The only big difference, I'd say, is Trump wanted to build a giant wall. Which, interestingly, you can find old clips of Hillary Clinton talking about building a wall in the old days. Which I'd never even seen before until recently. I was like, oh, well, that's an interesting little tidbit to see.
Oh, thanks, Ai-chan. That's what a star is supposed to do. Why you gonna question that? Just give me the benefit of the doubt.
No, Junpei, I don't ever give you the benefit of the doubt.
I don't mean just your recent performance. You're always like that, Junpei-san. I can tell you're trying your hardest so the rest of us can have fun too. You've had so many painful experiences. How are you able to be like that?
That's just the way I am. Or maybe I just can't sit still. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not just running away from that pain or anything. But if you think of making fun memories, doesn't that get you pumped for this? That's how I can hype myself up, even when the going gets tough.
So it gives you the courage to face your hardships.
I don't remember the free healthcare being at the starting point, but he did mention he wanted to fix healthcare, which Trump also mentioned he wanted to fix healthcare. It's just Obama's way was to try and do it through tax paying and stuff in a similar way to how Canada works, and sadly the government was no. Because obviously the government as a whole isn't going to let them do anything they like. I can tell y'all he's not going to get a 5.6 billion. Oh, you talking about the walls, whatever? Nah, I always knew that wasn't happening.
Well, if you want to make it sound cool, yeah.
I mean, if all I have to say about the wall is the only way the wall could work is if it had people at a certain distance all the way across it, and I don't see anyone paying those bills to do that, so I kind of didn't think the wall would be any good anyway. I can't comment on Canada's medical stuff.
Also, if I bring you guys along, maybe you'll start seeing things the way I do.
Well, of course, they're not going to pay for it. I mean, it's not like I'm going to pay for my neighbor's electric bill. Personally, what I would do with criminals is I would just throw the criminals in jail and just be like, have fun wadding down here in the basement of the jailhouse. Bye. Well, to be honest, healthcare in America has been screwed up for several presidents anyway. But yeah, sadly, Obamacare did mess up some people. Some people were able to benefit from it while others were harmed. And as people who questioned me for what I voted, I told them one simple way when it came to healthcare. Obamacare did not help my mother. It hurt their bills and it hurt their medical. So, of course, I was not going to continue that. If they're not going to get strained up, then they need to do something else.
That's why I'm trying so hard, even though it falls flat sometimes.
Thing that's all I can simply talk about when it comes to the medical stuff. But it's pretty much always been a mess anyway, so. Killing people is an iffy thing, obviously. I mean, you know, death penalty is not exactly a common thing done in the modern world too much anymore. So that can be a little iffy. It's sadly not easy to really. Personally, I probably really would just ship them out to sea or something. Be like, have fun in some other place or something. Yeah, I just saying it's not easy to send them somewhere. I do agree that's not a simple method, but obviously we don't want criminals coming into the country.
It's my job to psych everyone up, because that's something I can do.
Thank you, Junpei-san. I understand now. We should all be grateful to him. Don't you agree?
Can I say no? To Australia? I don't know a whole lot about Australia. I do know, I believe Australia has a no-gun type thing, and they'll gun, like they have a gun control thing, and apparently when they outlawed illegal gun stuff actually apparently went up. I don't know how accurate. That's something I heard about before, just to state heard about.
Dude, take a hint. You just ruined the moment.
I ruin every moment you're in, Junpei.
I don't really understand, but it brings a smile to my face. After hearing all that, I feel a spark in my heart. No, it's more like a flame.
That a girl, Ai-chan. This intense discussion has me itching to dance too.
Really? I did not even know that. Personally, the leftists, the extreme leftists that wanted to make like some utopia in California and wanted to leave the country, I kind of was debating. It's like, you know, it might be a good idea actually, because then they could just all go to California and let their little utopia WAT experiment happen. Because honestly, the extremist people on either the left or the right are probably, in my opinion, one of the biggest reasons the political climate is such a mess. Because they're so unreasonable to talk in any regards to each other. Like, they both act like little children.
Yes, I have a question about dancing as well. What is the best way to have fun on stage?
Honestly, though, I really think it would be like the Utopia WAT experiment. If you've never heard of the Utopia WAT experiment, you should look into it. Very strange experiment. This guy made literally a utopia for WATs. Like, it had all the food, housing, crap loads of space, everything they would need provided for their entire life. And they put a few WATs in, and they just let it build in that, and it just collapsed in on itself. As the population grew and stuff, they were seeing really strange really abnormal things happening socially, and like it collapsed in on itself. Honestly, I think that would happen if you did something like that with either of the radical groups. Just give them the utopia space, let them provide everything, and watch it collapse in.
Leave it to me. Let's head to the dance floor where there's more room.
No, I gotta stay in here. Don't go with him. It's a trap. Okay. A card. Where would that card be? Man, so far the ones in P3 haven't been that difficult. See, I don't really like saying leftists or rightists much. I like to just identify normal political people and extremists at this point. Because obviously, of course there's good people that lean Democrat, Republic, middle, third party. Like, you can find good people, obviously, in everything. But I don't really respect a lot of extremists at all. Well, not at all, actually, because like I said, I personally blame them all for the political climate these days. I don't know how they're gonna really get that, though. It's like, hey, Doc, you want to come to our utopia? You don't get paid, and you gotta do all these operations on everyone. You know, I actually had a conversation with my mom, because she gets to see a lot of doctors. My parents complain a lot about doctors these days, how they just don't really act like they care about you, and they just, you know, quickly foul you up, get new appointments set up, give you pills and shit. anything to fatten up your bill and that. Like, you know what I would personally blame that for? I would blame that on, like when I'm sure most people could relate that growing up, a lot of people always like, man, doctor, the field of doctor, really popular, can make lots of money. And I feel like a lot of people went into being a doctor for that mentality. Money, money, money. Well, when you look at normal American, be like, I can make a fast fortune. And you look at a small place, a utopia where you make nothing, I don't see a lot of people going to the place where you're going to make nothing. The only way I could see that work is if they were provided all their livelihood and everything for free for that service. See, that's why the only way I feel like to do a medical system would be to basically do it they either need to get the prices to get fixed to a reasonable way, or they would have to do a tax system similar to Canada where they base it through that. But they would still need to adjust prices in America because it's way too much for... Like, I hear IV bags actually are pretty cheap to make, but they charge so much for them. We have one doctor at Johns Hopkins who literally made my daughter's situation worse because she was too arrogant to admit she didn't know what to do, and she just said, "Let me try this." Here is my son will be a doctor or lawyer mentally. But yeah, I feel like a lot of doctors now are greedy because they basically went into that field with that mindset. So I feel like that's why you don't see doctors that are very caring anymore, because I think the previous generation of doctors went into it actually wanting to help more people versus the current generation of doctors who went into it be like, oh man, they make so much money, I'll easy freaking live in here.
Your body feeling dull from being stuck indoors? Feel free to use this equipment.
Wow, this is amazing! I feel like I could get a lot stronger here. Thank you so much!
Of course you can. It all just depends on your daily training.
I don't think you ever get to see Akihiko or Junpei's womb in Persona 3. I know you see Mitsuru, Yukatan's. I never you get to see those two. I'm not sure about anyone else's.
Look at all these trophies. These are all yours, Sonata-san? You seem to take good care of them.
Well, I feel like I have to treat them with respect. So many athletes train for competitions, but they can't all be victorious. These trophies represent all of the athletes that participated, including the defeated.
That's an interesting mindset. I don't think I've ever heard of a thought about a trophy like that before. It represents all the athletes, including the defeated. That's an actual interesting thought on trophies. Let's see, just like Persona 5, you only ever saw Jokers and Futabas. The joke about a thief been on Junpei womb is from Persona 3. Was it? It's been a long time since I played Persona 3. You have to keep in mind, it was like, I don't even remember, like 2012 or 11? It's been quite a while since Persona 3 for me, man. Been quite a while.
In a way, you're paying your respects to your opponents. That's really cool.
Yeah, I actually have to admit, Ken, I think that's a really interesting way of thinking of a trophy.
Plus, if I'm in a rut, seeing them on display like this gives me hope. They show the progress that I've made, like proof of training or something.
But you've got so many. Don't you ever feel like it's enough?
Not at all. I may be undefeated, but that's only within the limits of high school. There are much stronger opponents out there. I don't want to forget life as a challenger.
That makes sense, especially considering the opponent in our upcoming fight.
All I know for sure is that if we win, it'll mark the end of one journey. But that doesn't make it the end of everything. My desire to grow stronger is because I wanted the power to protect someone.
Sounds like no kid left behind to me. Not sure what that is. That happened? Oh, I don't even remember that. Is that a unique event that is affected by social links, or is that something you'll always encounter? If I forgot that, I feel so bad because that sounds hilarious.
So I'm sure that my desire for strength will carry on past our battle as well.
I want to get stronger too, like the both of you.
See, if it's a social link type thing, then that could explain why I'm not aware of it. Because obviously, depending on what you do, means whether you meet the criteria for it to happen. But if it's something that always happens, then I probably forgot it. Which I feel bad, because it honestly sounds hilarious.
I forgot that there's a man with bottomless strength right here. I'd love to go one-on-one with you once, no holds barred, when everything's settled down.
Oh man, this sounds like a dream match. I'm so pumped. I wonder who'll win.
Well, if we're going to spar, I can't take it lightly. I better start preparing for it now. But I think it's too cramped in here for all of us. I'll go train out on the main floor.
If you don't mind, I'll join you. I'm starting to feel a bit restless myself.
All right, follow me. We're going into this full throttle.
Akihiko's Womb. I don't think... Well, I guess you get to see Junpei's womb then. I don't really remember seeing Akihiko's. I know you see Yukatan's like multiple times because story-related crap happens though. Because of the whole father being in the videotape and stuff. So there are several scenes in Yukatan's womb no matter what you do. Mitsuru's womb, I think I got to see it because of social links, I think. You know, why is Yuki... why is, Mitsuru has a shower in her womb. Akihiko has a shower. Oh, I guess it says right there. I was going to say, why do they get showers? Everyone else don't. It's like, we don't want you to get cleaned. Any cards in there? We got protein drinks, I bet. Be lemons or chicken tenders. What? Huh. I was expecting protein drinks. Oh, no funny dialogue with that one? Well, at least I'm not the only one. Like, this is what, the third womb with a crappy outlet inside it? Surprised they don't trip over the cable, though. He does have quite a few trophies, though. What's up with the two blue bottles? They're supposed to have water in them? Weightlifting with food? I've never heard of people refer to chicken tenders as weightlifting food. I have never heard that before. I've always considered and heard, like, you know, I'm always talking about protein drinks all the time. He's always talked about protein drinks. See what I am? I thought I was going to say protein, unless... Yeah, it is protein powder. Oh, really? Well, he mentioned lemons and rice balls in someone's social link. So maybe that's why the lemons, though. Then we got this big monstrosity here. I'm not worried about the floor. I'm like, worried, why doesn't this thing collapse? This thing doesn't look stable enough for all this crap to be punched. Is it like, it doesn't look like it's mounted into the floor or anything. I'm surprised this thing doesn't fall over. Okay, so we need to find a card. So what we got? Aha! See, I know some chads that only eat those kind of stuff to weightlift. That's a good thing I eat chicken tenders then. Haha. Yeah, I kind of feel like there was a lot more work put into the Persona 5 cast wombs. Boys' Christmas outfits. The best of buds.